Fala galera, bem-vindos ao canal com mais um vídeo. Sempre de volta com vocês com mais um Awakening. E não sei se vai ser rápido, não sei se vai ser demorado, tá? Estamos concluindo aquela da missão do toque do mal. Já é, né? Estamos aqui, a gente tá basicamente, a gente descobriu que a mulher morreu por causa de um...
That's not your door to open, stranger. Push it, and you'll find I'm harder to move than most.
Chega a reunião privada, mas por favor com alguém que está lá
And by
dentro.
order of the Emperor, I'm telling you to slow your gallop. There's nothing for you inside. I am the Sheriff of Arrakeen, and the only uniform I wear is this sword and belt. Of course, you're welcome to test whether I'm dressed for the job or not. I found my reputation and steel tend to speak louder than epaulets. Fast or slow, I don't think you're gonna get much chatter out of them inside. They're all dead. We've got one survivor, technically. Old bird's flapping her wings on the way down. But she'll land soon enough. Tours? Now there's a theory. Got anything to go with that? Or are we just throwing darts in the dark? Normally I'd say this is above your pay grade. But frankly, I could use a second set of eyes. And if you already know some of these silk-wrapped corpses, all the better. Good. That saves us a few hours of corpse roulette. A few of these poor fools I already recognize by build or reputation. The rest you and your list can help with. It's my job to know who's whispering in the shadows. This crew kept to themselves. Rich, quiet, and just strange enough to raise my interest. I've had files on half of them since they landed. They didn't emerge from the usual noble channels. No banquets, no procession. They landed like cargo off a discreet ledger. No registry, no flight logs I could get my hands on. And they kept to the shadows after. When nobles start behaving like spies, I start watching like one. These little gatherings weren't new. Masquerades are not. Same crowd, same vices. Wine, secrets, and shouting matches dressed up as witty banter. Masks just gave them an excuse to say the quiet parts out loud. They never shouted about spice or power. It was always the desert. Who knew what? Who had the map? Who owed something? Sounded more like a treasure hunt than a banquet. All I know is they were tight-lipped going out, and even tighter coming back. Anyhow, enough jawing. Let me get a look at that guest list. I'll match it with my data and cut through some guesswork. Appreciate it. Now I'll play scribe. You go play confessor. The old bird is waiting. Call her Countess if you like. I call her the last shriveled thorn on a dead branch. Sharp tongue, sharper memory. Don't be fooled by the frailty. She can still draw blood with a whisper. The butler saw things. Doesn't rattle easy. You do well to speak with him before the details slip through the cracks. See what the butler and the old hawk have to say. After that, come find me. I'll be the one holding this city together.
Ah lá, tá vendo? Gente, no final todo mundo morto. Tá, alguém com certeza não vai estar ali presente.
Do forgive the mess. They died as they lived, loudly and with abysmal table manners. Butler to the late lordlings of this doomed affair. My talents include wine pairing, corpse counting, and feigning deference. It began as a toast, ended as a cautionary tale. You may pick whichever part offends you the least. It's simple. Wine was poured, conversation flowed. Then, so did the convulsions. You will forgive my impertinence for pointing out there is a noble here who still draws breath, and her breaths are more important than my breaths. It would behoove you to speak with her while you can. I shall remain here, utterly loyal and inconsequential.
Oh, splendid. An audience. I was beginning to worry I'd die without one. Countess? Did you just address me as Countess? Did he now? How sweet. That sun-scalded half-breed always did mean well, even if he has the conversational grace of a bricked-up cellar. Do I look like some lace-draped provincial with a grain tithe and a hobby kennel? I'm a Marchioness, you ignorant little envelope. Alert the criers. We have discovered a pleb who can take instruction. I was Eulalia Hawthorne, Marchioness, Patroness. And now I'm just the ghost of better parties and worse decisions. What happened? Fashion suicide, mainly. Graf Vero died smiling, the fool. Spilled his wine and his wit in equal measure. I do admire a man who keeps his mask on while choking. Graf Ansel Vero. A bloated tick in a borrowed title. He died as he lived. Loud, ridiculous, and surrounded by people pretending to like him. Blue. A coward's color. Fitting, really. He always did flee when anything required a spine. Or pats. A thing? Darling, the Graf was barely a man, let alone a thing. He once tried to kiss my hand and missed. I took it as a sign. Turns out my precious toxin modulator works. Slows the venom, preserves the drama. I'll die last, bloated with envy and resentment. Just how they'd want me. Oh, do not ruin this for me. I want to die with some shred of mystery, not flanked by bumbling concern. One last kindness, dear. My Mola. Kill them all. They'll spend my death pawing through jewelry and gossiping in the kitchen if you don't. It's a tradition, you know. The servants die with the mistress. Mostly forgotten now. Like manners and decency.
É uma coisa bem hardcore mesmo.
Please, kill the little wretches. Choke the life out of them before they sell my underthings for drink. Swear to it. Empty promises suit you well, but I've heard them all before. I can tell you are lying to humor me, but don't think I won't be watching from beyond the veil. My third sister is Bene Gesserit. She will see to it. They are necromancers, you know.
Não consigo falar com ela com mais alguma coisa? Não. Não tem como. Porque a gente fala com ela, então não tem mais muito o que fazer aqui. Ah, esse é o graph. Esse é o graph. Ah não, esse aqui que é o graph Ansel. Comecei dali. Vamos pra esse aqui que tá. Na máscara Arcorin. A bebida tá. Isso aqui. Esses dois não. Os vinhos que foram à mesa foram envenenados. Os vinhos. Tá vendo? As 3 garrafas de vinho que foram à mesa aqui São os que foram envenenados. Esses dois ali que não estão no estádio.
Let's have it. No blood or teeth marks. Good. Consider yourself formally initiated into the losing end of noble etiquette. She talked to you, didn't she? That's more than most get. See, that's where you got it twisted. That woman's got venom for blood and a title where her heart should be. She talked because you annoyed her. Snapped her right out of that death spiral by reminding her just how much she hates lizard-browed provincials like us. Call it a success. You woke up the part of her brain still capable of sneering. The question is, did you learn anything? Well, that's a wrinkle. Did the old bird say what color mask he was wearing? Back where I'm from, yellow marks a coward. But nobility tends to mistake fear for wisdom and wear it like gold. So find the wine stain next to a blue mask and you found our graph. We can work backwards from there. Of course he did. Might want to run that scanner of yours. Find out where the wine hit the floor. Then we'll have our starting point. Bold choice bringing a discount snooper to a high-born massacre. Still, pointed at the mess. Might surprise us both. Sort out where the graph ended up. Then we'll talk.
Então, aqui foi onde que o vinho foi derramado. Provavelmente a condessa ou a madressa devia estar sentada aqui. Então, esse aqui devia ser o tal do graph.
Let's have it. Let's hear it. First prize to the junior investigator. That fits the evidence. A can of pressed slig. It's good on toast. Five cans of pressed slig. The man chose his agent well. Always does, though. Got an eye for talent, that one. Well, meanwhile, I came up with two names of my own. 8 masked assholes dead on the floor. Drank their guilt, now they'll sin no more. Haven't had the pleasure yet today. Speak to Theophilus about Agade Yamari. That's what the note says. I suggest you find out what our buttoned-up friend knows before he forgets. Our resident astronomia-trained butler, Theophilus. You know, I heard a funny story about that school. Makes the best of the best servants, they say. But I heard in their final year, the students are paired off in twos and taught to observe each other obsessively. One of them graduates, the other disappears. It's never explained which is which.
Oh joy, you've returned. She was prone to a serious allergic reaction to a species of plant in our flower arrangement. She wished to sit as far away from it as possible. A common reaction to that particular flower. The wealthy chose aesthetic over practicality or safety. It's a wonder we can keep any of them alive. Alas, nothing pains me more than being unable to do your job for you. But I do not recall. I merely changed his seating arrangement prior to the gathering. I regret to say that the seating arrangement was the casualty of a wine-spilling incident by someone already deep in their cups.
Então, se for sentar no mais longe possível, ou é essa aqui, ou é essa aqui. Mais longe possível seria exatamente essa daqui. Vamos ver se eu acertei.
Let's have it. Then let's have it. I'd say it's more of a Zaffrey violet, but that seems to align with my conclusions. Good work. I figured out one more. That snooper thing of yours chirped like it knows something? Well done, friend. While you were nosing around, I confirmed that the caskets themselves were not poisoned. Meaning... That's exactly correct. Someone doctored the vino after it was delivered. Always nice when the killer's polite enough to attend their own massacre. Turns out the wine was arranged by a man named Ambrose Lucifera. Fancy name for a glorified errand boy. I had him dragged in. Now's the time to go poke holes in his story.
Ah, aqui não tenho. Ah, tá aqui o...
Please do me the courtesy of telling me why I am being detained. What's the charge? Supplying wine to a banquet? A decadent Arakeen banquet? Oh, balderdash, this is becoming intolerable. You've turned a juicy murder plot into something tedious. How could I possibly be involved with... Who did you say was murdered? Well, now, see here. I merely arranged for the wine to be delivered. Everyone knows I have a knack for finding the best. These sealed bottles were poisoned. Oh, well, there you have it. I took no involvement in their glassware, merely in arranging for the reception of a very fine vintage. I trust this absolves me. A rare vintage from the planet of Grenbel, home of the exquisite Maros deer. A libation so fine, even the most domineering Chussock snob would weep. Why, yes, any of the staff of the Seleucid Bull, as well as a few of the regulars, can attest to my presence. My debauching is quite conspicuous. Do forgive my sharp tone, but have you become a complete cockwomble? It was you who set out to poison me. If anything, our history marks you as the more compelling suspect. I've let bygones be bygones, so mayhaps we let this line of reasoning die. Yes? Oh, goody, goody. With that unpleasantness out of the way, is there anything I can do to aid you in your remedial sleuthery? He's what some call a town fremen. Impeccable service, a full purple-gloved member of the Imperial Footmen's Guild. Still, he harbors a certain intensity behind his eyes when watching the nobles. Those of my status often ignore the help in their complexities. I do not make this mistake. Well, I'm afraid I missed that slice of gossip, though it sounds delicious. Knowing nothing else, it leads me to one conclusion. If such a hoard exists, someone in old Carthage had prior warning to give them the time to gather such treasures and safely evacuate them. An intriguing notion. And now we are back to a morbidly fun game. Proceed. Could you be more specific on the colors of the pattern? That would be Lady Eulalia, voice like grinding rusty metal, but fancied herself a preeminent singer, with few in a position to tell her otherwise. Many were the laborious recitals we sat through. Still, she made an impression. Before you go, I did pass on a note to one of the guests. You'd have to ask Theopolis about the recipient. Roella Ramsby. She inquired about a particular vintage of wine, feigning expertise, but that woman wouldn't know Amontillado from sherry.
Cara, esse mundão também é um pé no saco, hein?
Oh joy, you've returned. That name does not mean anything to me, but I will endeavor to answer as best I can. On behalf of whom? Ah, yes, the drunken peacock. The man dresses like a walking dessert tray and talks like he's auditioning for a play no one asked for. What would you call him? Now that you mention it, I did. The recipient was a woman wearing a terracotta-colored mask. Correct. Afraid so.
Let's have it. Very good. Was he still crying? Don't keep me in suspense now. Good instinct. Keep pulling it, all right? Let's hear what you've turned up. No, that doesn't square with the facts. Let's have it. All right, let's hear what... No. Let's have it. All right, let's hear... No, that doesn't... Let's have it. All right, let's hear what you've turned up. No, that doesn't...
Então, é essa aqui. O problema é que não aparece o... Então, é essa aqui.
Let's have it. All right. Let's hear what you've turned up. No. That doesn't Let's have it. Talk to Ambrose Lucifera. You give up anything? Damn if that doesn't sound like a lead. Gods praise the Emperor. And what did he tell you? Then may I suggest you inspect our terracotta festoon nobles for a clue. Somewhere on the spectrum between shit and blood. Call it an orangey brown. Let's have it. Spit it out. It's more his beef with me, or my kind more specifically. Tours his old blood. Thinks blue veins and powdered wigs entitle him to obedience. I'm town Fremen, born and scarred. He sees that as an affront. Calls me that Fremen thug. I call him what he is. A dried-out bigot in brocade. All right, let's hear what you've turned up. No.
Tá. Deixa eu ver isso aqui. Tá, como é que eu vou fazer isso aqui?
Oh joy, you've returned. Congratulations. Forgive me, but I wasn't conducting a limb census between courses. She did linger rather tenderly on the frieze near the dining table. But then, touching things that don't belong to them is a long-standing pastime of the wealthy. I can say that I did not much care for that behavior. I had polished that brass for hours. Now I shall have to spend hours more wiping away the fingerprints. After the cadavers are removed, of course.
Então é ela. Aí qual foi? Cadê o bilhete?
Let's have it. All right. Let's hear what you've turned up. Yes.
Agora apareceu.
That fits. Another off the list. Let's see here. If Ruella Ramsby was there, that means the other terracotta has to be 2 masked assholes dead on the floor. Guess the toast hit harder than they bargained for. Calm yourself. We'll get there soon enough. Gotta build suspense. One of the remaining 2 guests is Lady Bianca Baghetti, a puffed-up hanger-on from a disgraced minor house. That means the last dead asshole is Sub-Prefect Tors. No, I mean Tors is here. Good afternoon, Sub-Prefect.
There you are. Report. Don't look so slack-jawed. Who else were you expecting? I was delayed. A pity. Perhaps I might have averted this unpleasantness. A grisly thought. One I've already entertained. They are no more my people than you are. I watch them as Fenring commands, though their antics hardly inspire admiration. What manifest? Carthag. There it is. Motive. The killer is eliminating the survivors of old Carthag one by one. Revenge. Concealment. Or the quiet removal of a dangerous truth that could unpick alliances from here to Kaitane. Indeed. And if you've a name for the hand that signed that order, now would be the time to share it. There it is. Motive, opportunity, and means. Our assassin isn't merely killing. They're closing the book on Carthag. Yes. And how do you suggest I handle this? What have you learned of their methods? Then having failed here, where is our ghost's next haunt? Then I must go. To catch a killer. Don't be a fool. One sight of you and our ghost, as you call it, will vanish. Better you leave them to me. Yes, well, I never much cared for Cheops.
Ah, vamos lá. De repente a gente saiu do... Não sei se foi desconectado, se simplesmente saiu. Vamos ver. Bem, resumindo. A gente saiu. Resumindo, o que acontece? Naquela parte ali que tem que encontrar a mulher do bilhete de terracota, você começa a procurar. Vai ser aquela mulher ali que a gente encontra. Não, não é aqui, é lá embaixo. Tá louco? Aqui, ó.
There's nothing here. The killer saw us coming. Now the trail is cold and we're going to have to report our failure to Count Fenring. You've been an adequate assistant. I'll put it all in my report. You can leave now and report back to whoever it is you report to. Stop! In spite of everything, the Master still wants you alive. To fulfill your mission. Find the Fremen. Wake the sleeper. I still recognize you. Even with this face. Even with this flesh. You move like you always did. Smile like you always did. Don't follow me. I have a mission of my own.
And if you get in my way, I'll put you down. We can always grow you again, after all.
Um jeito ou outro, o cara não só matou o... Tá, tem que ir, já sei pra onde que eu tenho que ir. O cara matou todos os ex-nobres de Cartago, como também, né, o Thors era meio que era o último que tinha, né? Deixa eu ver o banco aqui primeiro.
Welcome. Would you like to deposit or withdraw? How much the...
Tem nada, mas vamos depositando. Só que o cara é espião, né? Daqueles espiões lá do que a gente viu lá na Cartago, né? Eles têm a fala, né, do Bene Gesserit. Ah, sei lá. já me baguncei todo aqui pra falar o nome. Bene Gesserit. Ah, aqui não aparece. Ah, legal, ó. Vamos. Cara, Deus, eu vou entrar numa dessa estação de teste só pra saber o que a gente tem aqui. Mas relembrando, pesquisa todo mundo. Na hora que chegar na mulher do bilhete, vai aparecer, não vai aparecer bilhete nela, aí você vai ter para não passar perder aquele tempo todo que eu perdi, não encontrou o bilhete, vai no mordomo, né? Ele vai falar o negócio do dedo, volta, né? Aí vai lá no mural, depois vai no cara.
You're back from Arakeen. Rumor is that it was a bloodbath. Report. No. Without other orders, you report to me. Tell me what happened in Arakeen.
Bennett, relax.
A face dancer? I've heard of them, kitten, but never expected to have to deal with one. What did it want? Revenge? For what? Perhaps, kitten. The destruction of old Carthag was a catalyst for many changes on Arrakis. Who knows what sparked it? But come, I see. So one of the Count's best men is dead, and the killer has escaped. I like you, kitten, but this is a failure. The Count will not be pleased. I will pull my network and try to find out where this creature went. I will confer with our employer and contact you when I have more information.
Finally. I've been trying to find a moment to contact you, but Mother is relentless. Luckily, she's distracted by a social event, so I can get out of the palace for a few hours. Can you meet me at the Seleucid Bowl in Arakeen? Same table as last time.
Tá, enquanto a gente espera a outra falar qualquer coisa. Eu vou voltar a Rakina. Mas é próximo vídeo, certo? Galera, se vocês gostaram, deixa o like, se inscreva no canal. Até a próxima com mais vídeo. Valeu.